Am I ready? I was born ready. Hi everybody, welcome. Here we go. We are approaching the weekend and this is English Addict live from the UK. Very interesting. Oh, hi everybody. This is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I hope so. Look what was delivered to my house just a few moments ago. It is a mystery box. I have no idea who this is from. It could be anything. It's not ticking, so I know it's not a bomb. But what could it be? Oh my goodness. Wow. Very interesting. Now I know that this must be something that is going to be a surprise to all of us because I haven't ordered anything. I have no orders. I have no deliveries coming to the house. So I have no idea what is in this box. A little bit later on, we will all take a look in this box together and we will find out what is in the box. Because I'm very curious to find out what is in the box. Maybe it is something for me to eat. Ooh, I hope so. Maybe something that I can put in my mouth. So, that coming up later on. Anyway, hi, are you okay? I really hope you are having a good week. How has the week been? Has it been a good week or has it been a really rubbish week? I don't know because I'm not there, you see. So, are you excited? Are you one of those people who next week will be celebrating Christmas? Yes, Christmas is on the way, just a few days away, and then we will all be sitting down around the Christmas tree, opening our Christmas gifts. However, that is still to come, because today it's Friday. It is Friday and I feel very excited, so excited indeed. Do 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 do. I hope you are feeling good today. Are you good? Are you okay? Okay. Oh dear. It's been a bit chaotic today, I'll be honest with you. There are still so many things that I have to do before Christmas arrives. Tomorrow, we're going over to Stafford to see my lovely mum. And tonight, we're going out for a lovely meal for some friends. We are catching up with some friends tonight, going out for an Indian meal. Ooh, that sounds very nice. I can't wait. And of course, next week, Christmas arrives. However, now this is something that I want to ask you first of all. Do you spend Christmas with just your loved one, maybe your husband or wife, or do you go to visit your family at Christmas? So I know some people don't like to do too much on Christmas Day. They just like to stay at home and do little. Do something just between them and their partner. However, other people have huge Christmas parties on Christmas Day. So as far as I'm concerned, here we will be having a quiet Christmas Day. So we do a lot of the wining and dining and all of the social stuff before and after Christmas. However, on Christmas Day, we always like to do things very slowly and quietly, just the two of us. And that's the way we like it. So let's have a look at the live chat. How many people are here at the moment? Ooh. Well, I always feel happy when there is more than 10 people. So fortunately for me, there is more than 10 people here at the moment on the live chat. Hello to Grace Chin. Hello, Grace. I am saying Grace right now because you are first on today's live chat. I wonder what is in this box. This is something that arrived this morning and I have no idea what it is or who it is from. Sometimes I do receive mystery gifts from people and now and again they are nice surprises and sometimes not so nice. However, I have a feeling that this one is going to be a nice surprise. Ooh. So I can't wait. Hello also to Sally. Sally. She walks down the alley saying hello to everyone. Hello Sally, nice to see you here on today's live chat. Also Tanya, Flower Espoir, hello to you. Also Anna Kobe, Luis Mendez. Luis Mendez is here today. J.M. Rich is here. Hi! Exclamation mark. Ooh, I like it. Ricardo. Also we have Hi Lee. Hello. Hi Lee Kwang. Nice to see you here as well. Pappy. Hello Pappy. Also Sally. Rosa. Helen. Palmyra. Nice to see you back again. Also Belarusia, Sweetness Mitra. Wow, so many people here already. I don't know where to start. It's a big list. We have a lot of things to talk about today. We are going to take a look at business English, something that I've had quite a few requests to talk about. So I'm going to talk about some words, some basic words connected to business English. Also, I'm going to show you some useful textbooks and also some other things that can help you to learn business English. So when we talk about business English, we normally mean something that is specialised. So an area of the English language that is specialised. It refers to certain things or certain ways of doing things. So I hope you will enjoy that. Hello Berlim, I am so happy to see you today. Now one or two of you think that Mr. Steve is joining me today. However, he isn't. It's actually on Sunday. So Mr. Steve is not here today because he's still working. However, today is his last day at work before the Christmas break. I will be back with you on Sunday at 2 p.m. UK time. And Mr. Steve will be here with us on Sunday. So it's myself, Mr. Steve, here with our special pre-Christmas live English Addict coming on Sunday. So I hope you are looking forward to that. Quang Tran, also watching in Vietnam. Hello to you. Chin Shan, hello. Also Ali, also we have Klebson. Hello, Klebson. Nice to see you from Fortaleza in Brazil. Nice to see you here today. Helen, Ali again. Salim, hi to you on the live chat. Israel SA. Please, everyone, don't forget to like. Yes, you are more than welcome to give me a big thumbs up, and also you can subscribe as well. If you like what you see, tell your friends and like, and also you can subscribe as well if you want. If you don't like it, tell me. Rosa, hello to Rosa, hello to Christine. Hello Mr. Duncan, the weather is rainy. Yes, it is also very rainy here in the UK. We have had such a miserable morning. There it is, looking out of the window right now. So that is a live view from my studio window. You can see there are many sheep in the distance. You might see some birds flying by the window. Also, you might see some traffic in the distance. You might see some cars and maybe some lorries delivering all those wonderful Christmas gifts. They are helping Santa Claus do his job. And in my garden, there is the view right now in the garden, everything looking still. No wind today. However, we've had so much rain. It's been raining a lot. And it's very warm again. It's about 10 degrees today. So it feels unseasonably warm at the moment. Hello. I have a mystery box. This is something that came to my house earlier, and I have absolutely no idea what is in the box. So I'm going to open the box now. Is that okay? So thank you very much to whoever sent this. I hope there is a card inside or something, or else I'm going to be very embarrassed because I won't know who to say thank you to. Right, let's have a look. Let's open the box, shall we? This is very exciting, by the way. This is something that arrived at my house this morning. If I can get it open. Ah, that's interesting. Here we go. Ooh, this is very exciting. So I have a feeling that this is a gift from one of my students. I think so. The reason why I think that is because I haven't ordered anything. So I can only assume that this has come from one of my students. There is a piece of paper. I will look at that in a moment. Ah, very interesting. What is this? It looks like something for Christmas. It looks like a Christmas decoration. In fact, if I can get it out without breaking it, I don't know if this is made of glass or made of plastic. Ooh, very interesting. It is a Christmas bauble. Someone has sent me a little Christmas bauble, and I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like a bird on the front. You might not be able to see that because of all the bright lights, so I will try to show you. It is a Christmas bauble, and that looks like a robin. I think it's a robin on the front. So thank you very much. I hope there is a name on here. Let's have a look who it is from. Oh, okay. So this is just a receipt. So at least I know how much this cost. So yes, a clear white glitter bauble with a bird on a branch. A Christmas tree decoration. Thank you very much to whoever sent this, because I have no idea. So I think what you must have done, you must have ordered it from a company here in the UK, and then they deliver it straight here. However, I have no idea. I don't know who this is from, but can I say thank you very much? This will go on my Christmas tree. There it is, a little Christmas bauble. And these are things that we normally hang on our Christmas tree as a way of celebrating Christmas time. So a little robin, there is a robin sitting on a branch. I think you can see it if I move it around slightly. Can you see it? I hope so. So there it is, something to hang on my Christmas tree. A little Christmas bauble. Thank you very much to whoever sent that. And if you sent it, could you please tell me who you are so I can say thank you properly? Look at that, isn't that lovely? So now and again I do receive gifts through the post. I don't know how. I once received a letter, by the way. I received a card once for my birthday, and it just said, Duncan, who lives in Much Wenlock. And it actually got to my address. I don't know how it got to my house. But please don't send anything that if you don't know my address. Because it will cause a lot of confusion. And I will probably get into trouble as well. So thank you very much to whoever sent that. It's a lovely gift. And I do appreciate it very much. Isn't that nice? Christina says it's a very nice gift. A very nice present for you. Gemini says, I thought it might be an ear or a finger. I don't know what type of parcels you normally send. But no, it isn't a body part, fortunately. I'm very pleased to hear that we haven't had any body parts delivered to the house for a long time. Not for a long time. Mr. Duncan, have you put up your Christmas tree? Please don't ask that question. Please don't ask that question. I'm a little embarrassed to say that I haven't put the Christmas tree up yet. However, tomorrow, because Mr. Steve starts his holiday tomorrow, we are going to put the Christmas tree up tomorrow, so it will be done. I have a huge list of things that I have to do before Christmas arrives. It's always a crazy time of year. Thank you also to Sono. Hello to you. I can't believe how much packaging they used to send that little bauble. I think it's because it's very delicate. So I think because it is something that is very delicate, I think maybe they put a lot of packaging around it so it doesn't break. There's nothing worse than sending a gift to someone and then when it arrives, it's broken. And that does happen quite often. Some people during Easter, they will send Easter eggs through the post. Can you imagine what the Easter egg would be like by the time it gets to the other person? It would be just smashed to pieces. It would be broken. Thank you, Maria. Thank you. Oh, apparently, Mr. Duncan, today is the last day of school for Maria. So I would imagine you are very excited as well. Yes, today many people are breaking up from their work for the Christmas break. Steve is breaking up today. However, he's still working at the moment, unfortunately. That's a shame, isn't it? But he will be with us on Sunday. Hello, Lewis, again. A lot of things. My wife will be doing a lot of things for the festivities. I like a little bit of wine or whiskey, but I should really avoid this. My wife has a sweet tooth, you see. So I think your wife and also me, we have the same taste. Very sweet, very sugary. And of course, during Christmas, we will be eating a lot of sweet, sugary, unhealthy things. I think so. It wouldn't be Christmas without some junk food. Hello to Jamelia. Nice to see you as well. Mr. Duncan, what does it mean, Miss Toe? I don't know what you mean there. Do you mean mistletoe? Maybe you mean mistletoe. Well, mistletoe is a type of plant. It's a parasitic plant that grows on the sides of trees. And you can cut pieces of mistletoe and then you use it at Christmas as a decoration. But also, if you find some mistletoe, you can actually kiss someone underneath the mistletoe. So that is one of the many Christmas traditions. Oh, I was right. Yes, mistletoe. So there we go. I've just explained it. That was quite good. I'm impressed. So, Christmas is coming. I thought we would have a little look at a video that I recorded a while ago now. It was actually a year ago, just as the Much Wenlock Christmas Fair was ending. So I thought it would be fun to show just a little excerpt from the Christmas fair that myself and also Mr. Steve attended last year. So this is just a little excerpt, just a little clip to give you some of the Christmas atmosphere here in Much Wenlock. Well, that's just about it from us for today here in Much Wenlock for the Christmas fair. And I think Steve has enjoyed it, even though it's been a little bit cold.
Yes, I've been smiling on camera, but I haven't been smiling off camera. And you are right, it's getting cold, it's also getting dark, and we've got to walk probably 1.5 miles back through woods.
Oh yes, of course.
And over fields.
I forgot. We have to walk back home in the dark.
I know.
So just in case you never see us again, this is Mr. Duncan and Mr. Steve saying, I hope you've enjoyed our lives. Just in case we get lost in the dark.
Yeah, but if we do, no one's going to see this. Who's going to put it on YouTube?
That's true. Maybe they will find, maybe in 50 years' time, they'll find our skeletons clutching this mobile phone, and then they will be able to retrieve this footage.
But it has been an interesting afternoon. We've seen lots of Christmassy things, and it's got more Christmassy. The day has worn on because it wasn't very Christmassy at first, but now I feel like going home and wrapping up some Christmas presents.
Wow, and we haven't even put the Christmas tree up yet, so we still have to put our Christmas tree up. Although next week the Christmas lights on the front of our house will be put on, so that will be next Sunday. We will be showing you the outside Christmas lights, and they look quite amazing, to be honest.
Yes, and of course we'll be inviting the village to come along for the switching on ceremony.
And we will be charging them to come and watch our Christmas lights.
We've got to have a celebrity. See, they've had the country's tallest town crier to switch on the lights here. I think he's about 7 foot tall. We saw him earlier on in the church.
He comes here every year.
Yes, we've got to have a celebrity to switch on the lights on Mr. Duncan's house.
Apparently, yes, he is supposed to be the world's tallest town crier. But I've heard that it's not really a town crier that's 7 foot tall. I think it's actually two midgets, one standing on the shoulders of the other. I'm so silly sometimes. Christmas is coming. Mr. Duncan is getting fat. Hello to Hassan. Nice to see you here again. By the way, that was Mr. Steve and also myself last year in Much Wenlock Town Centre doing something for the pre-Christmas season. The season of Christmas is coming, so we can have a little bit of snow, maybe. Ooh, there it is. Through the magic of CGI. And maybe also, shall we have some jingle bells as well? Some little jingle bells. Dashing through the snow. Da, 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 da. Christmas is coming, Christmas is coming. Are you excited? I am very excited, I might wee myself. That's enough. You can have too much of that, you see. You can have too much festivity and we will wear it out. So that is enough for now. Hello to Irene. By the way, if you have a sweet tooth, it means you love eating chocolate and sweets. So your tooth is a sweet tooth. It means you like having things that are sugary and sweet. So it's a lovely expression that describes a person who likes eating things that are sugary. They contain a lot of sugar, or maybe cocoa, chocolate, for example. A person who likes eating chocolate might be described as having a very sweet tooth. Hello to Hannah. You two look like each other, as if you are brothers. Thank you, Hannena. Or Hannay. Thank you very much. Belarusia, nice to see you here today. Hope everything is okay with you. I really do. Much Wenlock looks exactly how a stranger might imagine a little English town. I suppose you might describe the place in which I live as being typically English. However, most typical English towns are actually big and busy and noisy. So yes, I do like it around here. It is very peaceful and quiet. Why did you get it short, Mr. Duncan? It was good to see Mr. Steve, says Jamelia. Well, that was just a short excerpt from last year, just to get you in the mood. However, on Sunday, Steve will be with us. So don't forget, you can always catch me on YouTube, 2 p.m. UK time, and Steve will be here with us all on Sunday. So don't forget, 2 p.m. UK time. What do you prefer to eat during your Christmas dinner? Thank you, Christina. Normally we have turkey. So traditionally people will eat turkey, or maybe sometimes they will have ham. However, we will be having chicken. So instead of turkey, because turkeys are large, they're a little bit too big for two people. So instead we will be having our little chicken. Mr. Steve will be running around the market in Much Wenlock trying to catch the chicken. Normally he is not very successful, I'll be honest with you. So today we're talking about quite a few things. First of all, I want to mention this. When we talk about having something to do in your life, maybe a thing that you have to do, maybe a thing that you want to do, maybe a job, your general career, or maybe just how you fit into society. We often say that you need to find your niche. So I love this word. I love the word niche. It means a position or a place. So quite often in life, as you get older, you realise that you have to find your niche. Quite often, the niche will depend on many things, maybe your abilities, the things you can do, maybe your outlook on life, whether you are a person who is very sociable. So find your niche. And this is something we often think of when we are exploring our lives, or maybe when we are setting out on the great journey of life. You try to find where you belong, where you fit in. You have to find your niche. We might also say that you have to find your place in the world. So the thing that you do, the thing that you are good at, maybe the place where you feel you belong, you have to find your place in the world. You have to find your niche. I love that word. Where you feel worthy. So maybe a certain type of job, a certain career where you feel most comfortable, something you want to do that you feel that you have a burning ambition to do, where you feel worthy. We might also say a place where you feel useful. Something that you do, something that you feel as if you want to do, where you belong. So maybe the place, or maybe the job, the place where you work, maybe your position in society, the place where you belong, your niche is your place. Your place. So in that respect, we are not talking about the place where you live, we are talking about your place in life, the things you do generally, your job, your status, your career, all of those general things. Here's a nice one. When we talk about our niche, quite often we will talk about a place or a position where we feel comfortable, maybe a job that you enjoy doing. We often refer to your comfort zone. So something that is in your comfort zone might be something that you feel relaxed doing, you feel happy doing, something that makes you feel comfortable and, dare I say, confident. Something you are confident doing, something that makes you feel comfortable. Your comfort zone can also be your niche, the place where you feel you belong, something that you want to do. Your place, as I said earlier. So when we talk about your niche, we are talking about your place. So not a physical thing, not necessarily physical, but something where you do the things that you do in your life, your work, your job, your social standing, the things that you do, your position. So again, your position in society or in life, somewhere that you fit into perfectly. For example, I suppose you might say that my niche is teaching. So over the years, I've done many different things. So it took me a long time to find my niche, my position in life. Your situation can also be your niche. Your situation is a general term, so it can mean anything. It can mean your social status, maybe where you live, maybe how you deal with relationships, your situation. So all of those things can relate to your position in life, your place, your niche, your general situation. So that can cover many things indeed. Hello to Irene. Hello also Rosa. Hello to Rolfie. Hello Rolfie. Are you finding your niche and settling down? Are they the same thing? Yes. So to find your niche is to find the place where you feel the most comfortable, or the place you feel as if you belong. So some people spend many years finding their niche. I must admit, I spent many years finding my niche. But the thing is, I never stopped looking. And that is the mistake that many people make. They often stop trying to find their niche in life. They will sometimes settle for something that they don't enjoy doing. However, in my life, I've always tried to do many different things. I've searched, I've tried, I've gained experience doing many different things. Some of the things I enjoyed and some of the things I didn't enjoy. So finding your niche, finding your place in life can sometimes be a long process. But my advice is always the same. Don't stop and never give up. Never give up. My niche is working in tourism, says Christina. So there you have found something you enjoy doing. It is almost as if you are sitting in a very comfortable chair. Have you ever done that? Have you ever sat in a chair and it feels as if the chair is giving you a lovely warm hug. That is your niche in life, the thing that feels as if it was made for you. It's a great feeling as well when you find it. Oh, Belarusia says, since I was 7, I wanted to be a dentist and also an orthodontics. I can't even say that. Orthodontics. So yes, Belarusia. So from the age of 7, Belarusia wanted to be a dentist. And guess what? Yes, Belarusia found her niche. Sometimes we know exactly what we want to do with our lives, and sometimes we try lots of things until we find the right one. Rolfie says, can we also say it is finding your calling in life? Yes, when you say your calling, the thing that you feel that you want to do, it is your calling. However, quite often you might not realise what your calling is. So the thing that you feel you are destined to do, because it's the feeling that you have. We call it your calling. Something from afar is saying, become a teacher. Mr. Duncan, become a teacher. You will one day become a teacher. So that's it. Your calling, the thing that you hear, almost like a message saying, do it. That is where you belong. Hi, Irene. I hope Mr. Duncan will be with us again and again for many decades. I also think that is a nice idea as well. Yes, thank you very much. Mr. Duncan, you have a very fun and attractive way of teaching. Thank you, Hassan. I'm glad to hear that. We are talking about a big subject, by the way, today. So I haven't finished yet. I still have a long way to go, because I suppose this will be the final real lesson before Christmas time, because on Sunday we're going to have lots of fun with Steve. However, today we are going to talk about something very serious, something to do with the English language. We are talking about business. And this is a big topic, and it is also a topic that many people have asked me to talk about. So I'm going to go through it today. I hope it won't be too long, and I hope it won't be too boring. However, I think this is a very interesting question. And also it's worth mentioning that when I was in China, I used to teach business English as one of the many areas of the English language that I used to teach. One of them was business English. So when we talk about business, what are we talking about? We are using general terms to describe business. So when we talk about business, we can also talk about commerce as well. So not only the thing that you do in business, but also the things connected to running a business or owning a business or generally doing business. So we often talk about business, and also we talk about commerce as well. So that is the way of running the business, doing business with other people, making money, making the right choices. Commerce, dealing with other people whilst doing business. Here's another word, an interesting one, commercial. So again, this is a word that can be used in many ways. You can use commercial to mean anything related to your business, the thing you are doing with other people, or, of course, if you are promoting your business as well. So the outlook from your business, the way you see your business running, the way you promote your business, It is a commercial enterprise. It is a commercial business. So you have to sell your business. You might have to sell your products. You might have to sell yourself. That is something that I've had to do quite a few times in my life. I've had to sell myself. That's what you do at a job interview. When you go to a job interview, what are you doing? You are selling yourself. An enterprise, again, when you set up a business, you might have lots of big plans ahead for your business. So we say we have an enterprise, a person who thinks up a business, the thing that you are going to do business in. Your enterprise. Enterprise. Another word we can use when we are going into business, we are finding the thing that we want to sell or do or create. We can say also your venture. Venture. So when you set out, we can use the word venture to mean your journey. But also it can mean the thing that you are planning to do. You are going out to do that particular thing. Your new business is your venture, the thing you are going out to create. It's one of the hardest things to do. It is very easy to have an idea, but the hardest part of creating a business is actually coming up with all the plans. And quite often, if you need money, if you need to go to the bank to borrow money, you will always need a business plan. You always have to have some idea, and quite often you have to write it all down on paper. It has to be very formal and clear. You need a business plan. With a business plan, quite often you will have your mission, the thing that you aim to do, the reason why you are creating your business, what service or product you are planning to create or offer. So your mission is basically the thing that your business is going to do. What do you want to achieve with your business? What is your mission? What do you aim to achieve with your business? And nowadays, this word is used a lot when people are talking about their business and also their aims, the things they want to do, and the reason why they do the business, what they are trying to do for other people to make their lives easier, for example. When you set up a business, quite often you will need your brand. And this is an interesting word. In the olden days, when everyone had cattle, they used to have all of their fields next to each other. And quite often, some of the cattle from one field would go into another field. And quite often it was very difficult to tell whose cattle belonged to which farmer. However, you can make it easier by putting a mark on the animal. So you will brand an animal. You will put a mark on the animal, and that will identify that animal as belonging to you. Hence the word brand. However, nowadays the brand can also mean the identity of your product or company. So when we talk about the brand nowadays, quite often it is the name of the product or the name of the company. So the thing that identifies your business is the brand. You might notice there in the corner. So you might describe this as my brand. So that is the thing that will be recognized, and hopefully people will remember that brand, the thing that is the name or maybe there is a photograph or an image to show the name of your company, your brand. It seems like a very simple word, this, but however, in business, this is everything. Your brand is everything. It identifies you, it shows what you do, it shows what you stand for. So when you come to your brand, when you come to creating your brand, quite often you have to put a lot of work and a lot of thought into creating it. It takes a very long time to do. Of course, with your brand, you often need a slogan. So when we say slogan, it is normally a series of words or a sentence or a phrase that goes with your brand. So slogans. There are many slogans around. I'm sure you can think of quite a few now. For example, just do it. Just do it. That is a well-known slogan for a certain brand of footwear. So, just do it. I'm sure you know which company that is. So when we talk about the slogan, it is quite often a sentence or phrase that goes with a product or a certain company or business. The slogan, just do it. There are many, actually. There are many. Who remembers I'm loving it? I'm loving it. Also a well-known slogan. I'm loving it. Which company had that slogan? Who remembers it? Of course, it was McDonald's. And the other one was Nike. So when you have a slogan, it means something that you can remember easily. It normally goes with a product or a company, a business. They will often use a slogan, something that is easy to remember. Palmyra says, President Trump said, America first. Yes, I suppose so. I suppose you could say America first, or Make America Great Again became a slogan, something that many people remembered, and they connected that thing with him. Here's another interesting word. You may not have heard of this before, tagline. So when we say tagline, it means something that goes alongside another thing, quite often a product name. So you have the name of the product, and underneath you will have a tagline, very similar to a slogan, something that goes alongside or with a product name, tagline. Also, strapline is another one. Quite often on the radio, you will hear radio stations use a strapline. So it is something that you hear repeated again and again. Maybe a radio station will have a certain strapline. For example, I used to work many years ago on a community radio station called Chase FM. And the strapline was closer to home. So our strapline on the radio station was actually closer to home because we were a local radio station. So the name of the radio station was Chase FM, closer to home. That was the strapline. It is something that you repeat again and again until it stays in your brain. We talked about your brand. Branding is the action of giving your company or maybe the product its own name. So the branding relates to the thing and the words that go with it. The words that go with it. Jamelia says, what about make, Mr. Duncan? Makes and brands. Yes, we often say make. So maybe if you are choosing a new car, maybe you will choose a particular make of car. So when we say make, in that respect, it means the brand. So something that is manufactured and sold, and it normally has a name, maybe Ford, Toyota, Vauxhall, Renault. They are all makes of car. They are all brands of car. So the branding is the action or the appearance of the brand. The thing that is easily recognizable, often used in business and also in manufacturing as well. When we talk about the brand, quite often we will have maybe a picture that goes with it. Logo. So when we think of logo, you think of something that might be a picture or an image or something that is being specially designed as a logo. You might describe this as my logo. So you might see this in many different places on my YouTube channel. Your logo is the picture that represents you or your company or your product. So the brand and also the logo can be used in very similar ways. So you can often say your logo or your brand. However, your logo quite often is something that is specially designed. So the logo also relates to the appearance, the shape of it, what it looks like. And of course, we can all think of lots of different logos. I can think of one in particular. You see? That is a very clever logo because most people know it straight away. So you want to start your business. You want to create the perfect business. You want to have success in your life. You will need your strategy. So the strategy is the plan. The strategy is your course of action that will take you in a certain direction with your business. So if you want your business to be successful, you have to come up with a very good strategy. So this can relate to anything that will help your business to move forward. Your strategy can be for maybe advertising. So maybe you have to spend money on advertising. That is your strategy, your plan, your approach. So a business strategy is always something that you need before you start your business. Thank you, Pachu. Yes, you guessed the logo. You were right. That's right. Your outlook can also be the strategy. So the way you see your business going. So when you start a business, you always have to have some sort of plan. You have to know where your business is going in the future. What is your outlook? What is the plan? Where will you be in a year from now? 2 years from now? Quite often in business, when you are creating your own business, you will have an outlook or a strategy. Quite often it is a 5-year plan. So when you have a business plan, it is your strategy. And quite often most new businesses will have maybe a 2-year plan. Or quite often, if you are planning to borrow a lot of money, you might have a 5-year plan. So you normally plan ahead into the future when you are creating a business. We talk about your outlook. Outlook. Also, we can use this word to mean how things are going generally. So maybe if you are in a certain type of business, the outlook can mean how well other businesses are doing that are similar to yours. The outlook looks good. The outlook looks bad. The outlook. To look ahead at what is happening around you and things that will happen in the future. Here is another thing. When we talk about business, when we talk about planning your business, quite often you will have to make predictions. You will have to look ahead. You will have to imagine that you have a crystal ball in front of you that you can look into and see the future. So quite often with business, you will have to make some predictions. You will have to work out how much money you will make in your first year, and then your second year, and then your third year. So your predictions for the year. Sally says a strategy you have to set out when you start your work, and it should always be for the long term. Yes, normally a strategy is something that you plan over a long period of time, especially if you are creating a new business. You need to know where you are going with your business, especially if you want to borrow money, because the bank will not give you any money unless you have a very good plan, a very good strategy. And your predictions, well, once again, you are trying to guess or work out what will happen in the future. This is something that is not easy to do. Even experts often get their predictions wrong. Here's an interesting one. Numbers. When we think of numbers, we often think of just general numbers, any number. Think of a number right now. You are thinking of number 7. Yes. Wow, Mr. Duncan, how did you know I was thinking of number 7? You were. You were thinking of number 7 then, weren't you? How did I know that? Wow, it's very creepy. Numbers. So when we talk about numbers, we might be talking about our profit or loss. We might be talking about how much money we've made, or how much money we need, or maybe how much money we might lose. So when we talk about numbers, we mean just the figures, all of the figures concerning our business. So give me the numbers. Tell me what the numbers are. What numbers do you expect before Christmas? What numbers do you expect after Christmas? So in that sense, we mean how much money will we make? How much money will we make? If a business is doing well, we can say that it is profitable. A company that is making money, that is doing very well, it is not losing money, it is profitable. And most businesses, during the first 2 or 3 years, hope to become profitable. So when you first start a business, you might find that you don't make much money at all. You might find that you lose money in the first year or maybe 2 years. So quite often a business will not start making money until it's maybe 2 or 3 years old. So something that is profitable, something that can give you something back. I like it. A business that is profitable, something that you go into, a venture or a business that you create that proves profitable. I like it. I like it a lot. In this day and age, there are many people trying to create businesses that in the future will be profitable, especially when we are talking about the environment. So there are many people trying to create new devices, new forms of battery, new forms of travel and transport. We talk about the market as well. So the word market is a general term for anything that is creating money, selling things, providing a service. So any area where business is taking place. So quite often we think of the market as a place where things are sold and things are bought. And that is pretty much it, really. So when we think of the stock market, all people are doing really is buying and selling. That's all they are doing. They just happen to be buying things that sometimes cost a lot of money, parts of a business. So the market refers to the general situation. So maybe a certain part of a type of business, or maybe something that is very specialized, a certain market, or the general market. So how well the economy is doing. So whether the economy is going up and more money is being created and earned, or the market might go down, as is happening in many parts of the world at the moment. So market is a generic word. It can mean anything that is being sold or bought. Netra. Hello, Netra. Nice to see you here. Christmas is around the corner. Merry Christmas to you, Mr. Duncan. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Your analytics. This is something that is very useful if you are in business. Quite often nowadays, you can have services provided to you by companies, and they will give you information on how well your business is doing. Analytics. So quite often they will analyze all of the things concerning your business, the amount of items that you are creating, or maybe how long it takes to create your product, or how many people are buying your product, how many people are not buying your product. Maybe they are going somewhere else. Your analytics. So all of the figures, all of the information that tells you how well or how badly your business is doing. Even here on YouTube, we have analytics. We can find out how well our business is doing. Cecilia, bye, Mr. Duncan. Have a nice afternoon. See you all on Sunday. Thank you, Cecilia. I hope my business chat is not too boring. Why is the Christmas hat red? Asks Pachu. Well, red is often used during Christmas time. I suppose nowadays we often think of red referring to maybe the colour of Santa Claus clothes. So quite often Santa Claus will wear red and also maybe white as well. So we often think of red and white at Christmas time. Back to business. Oh, that's actually a phrase. We are getting back to business. Profit and loss. Very simple to explain. Profit is the money you make over your expenses. So you have to spend money running your company, and anything you make over that is profit. The profit is what you get to keep. Nice. Of course, there is the opposite, loss. So maybe in your first couple of years of doing business, you might lose money. So profit and loss are antonyms. They are opposites. So you make money, you lose money. You make money over all of your expenses. You lose money. You pay to run your business, but you don't make any profit. You only make a loss. Oh dear. Another one, if I can get it into my hand. When we are talking about our profit and our loss, we will often talk about the bottom line. The bottom line in business is the result, the thing that is at the bottom. Have you made money or have you lost money? So the bottom line is always the profit and loss. Hopefully the bottom line will always be profit, but not always. So when we say the bottom line, we mean the final result, the final figure. Has my business done well or has it done badly? The bottom line. Dear me. Hi, Mr. Duncan. Thank you for all of your lessons. Thank you as well. Hello, Mr. Duncan. Thank you for all of the English lessons. Thank you, Megar. Thank you, Megar. Megar Kakar. Thank you very much. That's very nice of you to say that. Sally says, I'm very happy for this lesson. It's really beneficial for me because business administration is what I'm studying. Very good. Business English is a little bit like normal English or general English. However, there are many specialist words. And those are the words that I've shown you today. So I've shown you quite a few words today. Quite a few words. I will show them to you again very quickly. So we have business, commerce, commercial, enterprise, venture, mission, brand, slogan, tagline, strapline, branding, logo, strategy, outlook, predictions, numbers, profitable, market, analytics, profit and loss, bottom line. So those are the general words we can use in business. I hope that's been helpful to you. Of course, one of the problems with being in business is there are other people doing similar things. We call it the free market. In many countries, you are allowed to create a business doing anything within reason, as long as it's not causing harm or injuring other people. You can create a business. However, sometimes in business, you can have something I've just dropped on the floor. Excuse me. You can have opposition. So the opposition are the people that are doing the same thing, the thing that is very similar to what you are doing. They are the opposition. Another company is doing a very similar thing to you. The opposition. A good example of opposition might be Coca-Cola and Pepsi. So they are opposites of each other because they are both trying to do the same thing. So Coca-Cola has Pepsi as their opposition. So the opposition is the thing that is forcing against you. So if you are selling a cold soda and this company is also selling cold soda, You are in opposition. The word is opposition. I like that one. So when we talk about the free market, it is the freedom to create any business. So, for example, here in the UK, we have a free market. In the USA, there is a free market. There are many different areas of competitiveness. So the person who is against you might be described as your opponent. Your opponent. The person who is against you is your opponent. So if I am Coca-Cola, my opponent is Pepsi or PepsiCo, to give them their proper name. So your opponent is the person who is opposite you, trying to compete. They are your challenger. So a challenger is a person who is doing something against you. Maybe they are in business and their business is very similar to yours. Dear, dear, dear. We can describe them as your rival. I like that word, rival. So your rival is the person who is against you. They might not be angry, they might not be willing to fight you. However, they might be doing the same thing as you. Rival. So maybe you have a rival company, a company that is doing the same thing or a similar thing to you. They are your rival. They are against you because they are trying to do the same thing as you. Your rival can also be described as your foe. So these are words you can use in business English. These are people who are doing the same thing. They are maybe challenging you. They are your foe. Your foe. They are the people who are doing something, and maybe you see them as a threat. So the person who is the foe is also the threat. They are a threat. They are your foe. You might even use the word enemy, but we don't often use the word enemy in business. It's a little bit strong. Rival is a very common word. So quite often we will talk about a business that is similar to yours as your rival. Your rival. I suppose also another word we can use is adversary. Adversary. So an adversary is a person who is against you. They are doing things that are adverse. Hence the word. So an adversary is a person who is working against you. Against you. We might also use the word competitor. So a competitor is a person who is working against you. They are someone who is doing something very similar. This is used a lot in business English. So in business English, the person who is doing something similar to your business is the competitor. It's a bit like taking part in a race. You are running along the track. The people running against you are your competitors. They are the other ones that you are competing against. Wow. It's a big subject, this, isn't it? I think this might be one of the biggest subjects I've ever covered. Rivalry. Once again, your rival is the person you are competing against. So rivalry actually describes the action of doing that. You have rivalry. It is describing the fact that you are competing with someone else. You have rivalry. There is rivalry taking place. Wow. Things can be difficult. Times can be difficult. You might have difficulty selling your products. Maybe there are many reasons why this might happen. Perhaps the market is no longer buoyant. It is not floating anymore. So maybe people are not buying a certain product. So there might be something that you sell that suddenly becomes unpopular because people don't want it anymore. Maybe people in a certain country have little money. So you might describe things as difficult. You are going through a difficult period with your business. Your business is having a difficult time. So the difficult thing can relate to anything that is causing problems for your business. Something that is difficult. A difficult time. Sathya says bullish. Oh, I like that word. I haven't got it on my list. If something is bullish, it means it is very forceful, very powerful. We often talk about companies being very bullish, aggressive. So we talk about adverse. When things are difficult, when things are not going very well for your company, we can say that things are adverse. Adverse. Things are not going very well for my business. Things are going very badly at the moment. Turbulent, difficult, rough. Imagine being on the ocean and the waves are strong and wild, but you are trying to get across the ocean. Things are very turbulent. So when we say turbulent, it means things are not going smoothly. They are changing all the time. They are very turbulent. We are going through a turbulent period of time at the moment. So many businesses are suffering. They are having difficulty. They are suffering during this turbulent time. So in some countries, the economy is going through a turbulent period. Some people say that after Brexit happens, here in the UK, some people say that the market here and many businesses will have a turbulent time when Brexit happens, which it would appear that it is going to happen. An unfavourable moment or unfavourable business period. Maybe your trading is going through a difficult time. Maybe no one is buying your products. Maybe people have stopped buying your goods. Things are a little unfavourable. Things are not going very well for my company. They are very unfavourable at the moment. Maria is going, you are all starting to drop like flies. Bye to Maria. I know a lot of people are probably going now because they have other things to do. Don't worry, you can watch this again later. Something is challenging. You might have a challenging time, a challenging period of time, some difficulty that you have to overcome. Challenging. In business, it is possible to have a challenging time. Things are not always easy when you are running your own business. Unstable, very similar to turbulent, unstable. Things are always changing. Sometimes they go up and sometimes they come down. Very unstable. You don't really know what's going to happen next. No one knows. Bumpy. Something that is bumpy. You can describe the economy as being bumpy. So again, you don't really know what is going to happen next. Things are very uncertain. You don't know what lies ahead in the future. And finally, I'm sure you're very pleased to see this, secure. So if your business is secure, It means it is safe. So maybe you will be in business for many years to come because you are having a lot of success. You have a very secure future. So if something is secure, it means it is locked in place. It is certain. Your business is secure. When we talk about different types of business, we often talk of trade. Trade. So trade is just the action of buying and selling. You trade. You exchange one thing for another. You exchange one thing for another. You trade. So quite often when we trade in business, we will trade a product or a service for money. I give you the service and you give me the money. Trade. Trade. You might want to put some money into a business. Quite often you will need someone to give you money to help your business start. You need to invest. So to invest is to put money in. You put money in. You put money into a business. You get other people to put money into your business. You want them to invest. So invest is to put in. You put in. You give your time. You give your money. So in business, quite often, you will invest money. And when you do, you will buy stock. So when we invest money, quite often we will be given stock. So the stock refers to pieces of the company, pieces of the company, or maybe money that you have invested in something. And of course, we are talking of shares as well. So quite often we will hear stocks and shares used together. So the share of a company is something that you have bought a part of. You've bought a part of a company. Maybe many years ago you bought shares in Apple, in which case you must be very happy now. Shares, parts of a company that are normally sold and bought. There are many different types of business. Of course, retail. Did you know that retail is virtually the most common and popular type of business? Especially in the UK, many people over the past 10 or 15 years have launched and created their own retail business. So when we talk about retail, we talk about shops, supermarkets, things that are selling items, normally in a shop or quite often online these days because we have big companies like Amazon, many others as well. Retail. Retail is probably the largest area of business, certainly in this country. So quite often the economy of a country can rely heavily on this area of business, the retail sector or retail. Shops, businesses selling things, quite often to the general public. So this is a really big area of business. There are many people every day setting up their own retail businesses, quite often working from home. Services, another area of business. When we talk about services or the service industry, that is anything that is offering assistance, any type of assistance. So services is a very general term. It's a type of business that is offering help or some sort of assistance with a particular thing. Services. Finally, if you have to do something that is very complicated, you might go to a business or a company that can help you do that thing. And the word we use is logistics. Another big area of business nowadays. There are many companies that now deal in logistics, and that means doing something very complex, something that needs a lot of people and a lot of people in different places to get one thing done. For example, delivering your food to the supermarket. You need lots and lots of people working, lots of people packing, lots of people putting the goods into the lorries. Then you need people driving the lorries or the trucks. So logistics is a very big area of business, and it means getting something complicated or complex done. There are many logistics companies around the world now. Many. That was a big lesson, I have to be honest with you. Finally, one last phrase before I go. If your business is doing badly, and then you find out that lots of other businesses who are doing the same thing as you are also doing badly, it might mean that the bottom has fallen out of the market. This is a great phrase that you might hear used. So when people say that the bottom has fallen out of the market, it means that particular thing is no longer required. People are not buying that thing anymore. So maybe you are selling a product that for a short time was very popular. Many people bought it, but then suddenly they stopped buying it. And because of that, your business starts to lose money. We can say that the bottom has fallen out of the market. So that area, that type of business is no longer wanted or needed. The bottom has fallen out of that market. That is it. That is it. That is it. That is it. That is all today. I hope you've enjoyed this, something a little different, because we are going to get into the festive mood over the next few days as Christmas approaches. I will be back with you on Sunday. I'm here live on Sunday from 2 p.m. UK time. Just before I go, of course, I have something else to show you. I haven't forgotten. Don't worry. So here is something else that I want to show you very quickly before I go, because a lot of people have asked about books. Mr. Duncan, can you please show us some books, some textbooks? So I'm going to do that right now for you. There are many textbooks available. There are many different types of English textbooks. So we are talking about business English textbooks. So I'm not going to recommend anything today. I'm just going to show you what is available. So these are some useful books. One of the most useful books, as far as I'm concerned, is an English dictionary. If you are studying business English, then you will need something that refers to words that are used in business English. So here is a good example of one of them. You have the Cambridge Business English Dictionary, published by Cambridge Press. So this is something that you could keep nearby whilst you are studying your business English, either at college or at home. So always have a business English dictionary nearby. Always have one to hand, because you never know. It might come in very useful indeed. Also, we have another one here, English for Everyone. This is a book published by DK, and it gives you lots of simple, very useful ways of expressing English in business English. So business English also refers to specialised areas of English, but also everyday English as well. So another useful book that might come in handy, might be very useful. So there are many books that you can use. Professional English in Use refers to lots of different areas of business. And again, these are specialist books. You can see 2 examples there on the screen right now. Medicine, so maybe words and terms that are used in the medical profession. And also you can see law as well. So again, a very useful type of book. So I'm not recommending these books. These are available. They are useful. And there are, of course, many other books available as well. Once again, from Cambridge Press, you have intermediate business vocabulary. So this is something that is useful for everyday English and everyday learning. Most of these books can be found on Amazon, but you might find that there is someone selling these books in your own country, maybe online, or maybe you can go into town and buy one from your local bookshop. That sounds like a nice idea. The Oxford Business English Dictionary, as you know, I do like Oxford Press. I like their dictionaries and also their textbooks as well. And here is another one, Oxford Business English Dictionary. If you are studying business English, I would always suggest having a business English dictionary nearby to refer to. So always have an English dictionary. So Cambridge Press do them, and so does Oxford as well. 2 very good sources of English information. And then Oxford also produce a pocket dictionary that you can carry around in your bag or in your jacket pocket, so you never know when you will need to refer to those English words. So maybe having a pocket dictionary nearby could prove to be very useful indeed. And finally, we have another selection of useful books, and these are all referring to different parts of business. So you can see there on your screen you have accounting, customer care, human resources, the automobile industry, also aviation, which concerns flying, and the people who serve you on the planes are the cabin crew. So again, these books contain lots of useful words, lots of keywords that are used in those particular fields. So I hope they were useful to you, and I hope you will benefit somehow from them. That's it. That's definitely it. Thank you very much for your company today. So there are some useful books. I'm often asked to talk about business English and also to talk about some useful books that they can buy or you can buy to help you with your business English studies. And there they are. So you can find them online. But my suggestion, here's a suggestion. If you have a local bookshop near where you live and they sell lots of education textbooks, maybe you could go there instead. So instead of buying it on the internet, you could go in person and buy something personally and also help one of your local businesses at the same time. Thanks a lot for your help today. I hope it's been useful. It's been a long one. I am back on Sunday and we are going to have a little bit of fun on Sunday. Mr. Steve will be joining me live as we prepare for the arrival of Christmas, which will be next Wednesday. I suppose the big question is, will I be with you live on Wednesday? Because it will be Christmas Day. I'm not sure at the moment. However, I will definitely be with you on Sunday from 2 p.m. UK time. Thank you very much for your company today. I hope it's been interesting. Thank you, Palmyra. I have a special portfolio for learning English about business, but I do not use it because it is boring. I constantly read The Economist, a very good magazine, and in that magazine there is always useful terms and words connected to business. Thank you very much. Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Noemi. Thank you, Eric. Thank you also to Hi Lee. Thank you to... who else shall I say goodbye to before I go? Neo. See you later, Neo. Thank you, Morella. Thank you, Eric. All this information, by the way, is available later. You can watch this live stream all over again if you want. It's okay. And later there will be captions as well, just in case you haven't watched them on the live stream. This is Mr. Duncan in the birthplace of English saying thanks for joining me today. See you on Sunday. Christmas is just around the corner. Are you excited? I hope so. And of course, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Ta-ta for now.